All right. Here's a story of when I almost got kicked out of Townview my sophomore year of high school. It was the end of the year and there was AP testing. And school started at 9:15 and my first AP test was at like I had to be there like 7 o'clock. So I was there super early. I'm in the library looking for my little desk with my name on it. And I see my friend's name and I always sit right behind her. So I know where I sit now. I'm sitting right behind her. So I'll call her and be like, hey, you're sitting right here. And so I was like, hang, you're sitting right here. And the principal's right next to her. And the principal looks at me and she goes, and I'm like, and there's nobody but me. So I'm like, well, okay, I guess it's me. And so I walk over there. She says, why are you wearing that shirt? I said, it's a shirt. I had no idea why she was asking me this question. She says, well, it's inappropriate. So with the shirt was a green shirt. It was like a leprechaun green shirt. And in white letters, it read, green shirts are for pimps. Now, I can see that the word pimp might be offensive. Um, so I said, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think it was offensive and inappropriate, but I have a white shirt. I can just take this one off and I have my white shirt on. She says, yeah, you go do that. And so already she's throwing me attitude. Like, it's uncalled for, I think. But regardless, I was very respectful. If you know me, I don't throw attitude. I'm generally a calm and a well-composed guy. I don't get upset very easily. So I walked out the library, which is where we were, and I started walking around the corner to my locker so I could put my shirt in it. And my white shirt was right underneath it, so I just took my green shirt off, started folding it up. She says, hey. And I look back right before I'm turning the corner. She says, come here. So I'm like, now what? I already took the shirt off. And so I walk over there. She's like, give me the shirt. Now, this triggered me, right? Because here's a little backstory. Uh, freshman year. Freshman year, my cousin Amanda got me, or maybe it was Nicole. I can't remember. But anyways, one of them, they got like a gift card. They won a gift card in class for doing some good or something like that. I don't know. And the gift card was to Academy. And instead of buying themselves something with that gift card, they bought me a football. And like, I didn't play football for a team, but like every day at lunch we would play football. And so I thought this was such a nice gift. And I started taking my football to lunch. And it was like the good football that we used. We played with it. It was fun. And I took it to school. And then this is freshman year, like at the end of freshman year. And one day in the morning before school started, like 5 or 10 minutes before the bell rang, we were in class. I had the football. I had the football like this. My friend got it from me. He's like, oh, here, let me hold it. He holds it like this. He's got it like that. Just like that. Like we're not like tossing it and like, oh, pump faking. We got it like, he's got it like this. And she walks in. She's on her cell phone. She walks in. Doesn't say anything. And grabs the football and walks out. Doesn't say, still on her cell phone. And me and my friend are like, what happened? Like, well, people bring footballs all the time. Like, nobody ever say anything about you can't have a football. I go through security with the football. Security doesn't tell me you can't have a football. And we weren't throwing the football. Like, well, what's the problem? And so after school, I went to go get my football from the office where I figured it was. I go to the office and they're like, what football? I was like, what you mean what football? My football. How many footballs y'all got? We don't have no footballs. What? And I was like, where's Miss Wells? That's her name. All right, I'm gonna front her out because that's what she did. Oh, she's not here. Oh, great. So then I'll come back the next day. She not there. Still no football. And this was like the last 2 weeks of school. I went every day. Every day I went after school, she was gone. And there was no football anywhere in the office, apparently. So I'm like, this lady just took my football. So fast forward a year later, here we are. She says, give me your shirt. And this triggers me. Because she already took something of mine and didn't give it back. So I said, I'm folding my shirt up real nice. I said, okay, can I get it back after school? Real respectful. Like, I didn't throw attitude. I'm not an attitudey person. And she says, we don't have time for questions, with a bunch of attitude just like that. Like, I'm not hyping it up. She was real disrespectful in the moment. And I was like, all right, I mean, I just need to know I'm gonna get my shirt back. That's really all I need to know. She's like, you're being insubordinate. Give me your shirt. And I was like, whoa. Like, she's taking it to the next level. Like, this is uncalled for. And I was like, I just need to know I'm gonna get my shirt back. Like, if you could just tell me I'm gonna get it back, like, I'll give it to you. And then she reaches in my hand, snatches the shirt. She like, and like, I was short freshman year. I know I'm not tall now. Don't get me started. But I was short freshman year, and she was tall. Like, even now, I think she's probably like way taller than me. So she reaches down, she like snatches it. Now, I didn't exactly like pull back on it. I just didn't let go of the shirt. So I'm like, and she's like snatching it. She's like, are you serious? I'm like, are you serious? And she's like, just give me your shirt. And I was like, but you haven't even told me that you're gonna give it back yet. And she's like, well, why don't you give me your shirt? Like, why would I keep your shirt? And I was like, I don't know. You took my football and never gave it back. She says, I don't even remember your football. I was like, yeah, what if you don't even remember my shirt? See the dilemma I'm in as a like, what was that, sophomore? Sophomore, you see where my mind's at? Like, I'm logical with it. I've always been logical with it. She says, do we need to go to security? I said, security gives my stuff back. I don't have a problem with security. We can go to security. So we walk like holding hands, basically. Like, we're holding on to the shirt. Like, we both got a firm grip on the shirt, and we're walking like hand in hand downstairs. If you know Townview, we're walking down the front stairs from the library to security. She says, security? She said, security, what's the problem? He won't give me his shirt. And he said he'll give, so I'll give him my shirt. And she's like, go to my office. So, like, and I was supposed to take my AP bio test. You know, this is not ideal pre-test situation, all right? Like, you're supposed to be focused, calm, relaxed, you have a good hearty meal. I already woke up late, didn't eat, and now this. So I go to the office, I'm waiting. She's like, she comes in, she's like, I don't even know who you are. Oh, that's the way to start a meeting with a student. I don't even know who you are. I'm like, yeah, it's because I never do anything. Like, why? Like, I'm not a problem. I'm not a problem student. Why would you know me? Who are you? And it made me so mad that she said that. Well, you shouldn't ever tell it. I'm a teacher now. You don't start out a conversation with a student. You just had a confrontation with I don't even know you. Like, that's not how you start a conversation with anybody, really. And I was like, yeah, it's because I don't know anything bad. I'm good. And she's like, I could have you. And she just goes off on me like, you just need to listen to me. I'm an authority figure. Anyways, and then she calls my parents. Both of them has them come in. And my parents don't even care. They're just like, she just gave her the shirt. I'm like, yeah, but this. And they were like, yeah, but still. And they didn't really care. They were more mad that they had to go, and they didn't really care that I didn't give her the shirt. Well, anyways, so then they send me back to the AP bio test. I'm already like an hour and a half late. And if you know anything about AP tests, like, that's like you failed the test. There's no way you can't miss that much time of a test on an AP test and pass. I ended up getting a 2 on the test, which isn't passing. And I was mad because I knew if I had the extra hour that I missed, I'd have got at least a 3, like, at least. And so she took my football, she took my shirt, called my parents, almost kicked me out of school, made me fail my bio test. Now let's fast forward a couple months. That was the end of sophomore year. Now we're at the beginning of junior year. Now she sees me in the hall, and she knows me now, right? She sees me, hey, Jacob, how was your summer? I was like, oh, it was great. She says, oh, I was cleaning my office out this summer, and guess what I found? You want to guess what she found? My football. I said, my football? Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was in a box. You mean my football? Like the one you took from me freshman year when I used to play football? That was like 2 years ago. When I don't play football anymore. Yeah. Thanks. 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 Made me so mad. Made me so mad. No, anyways, eh, that's the stupid time about how I almost got kicked out of town because of a shirt. Because of a shirt. Ridiculous. And I'm there early for AP Bio test. I'm like, I was like top 10 in the class, man. I took all the, man, kick me out. Anyways, reflecting back, I remember at the time, like every adult in my life told me, you should have gave her the shirt. You should have gave her the shirt. And my response was like, no, like she should have told me that you can't. She was gonna give it back. You can't just take people's stuff and not. First of all, you can't just take people's stuff, like no questions asked. She's not. I wasn't a terrorist with a bomb, like, or a gun or something. Like, yeah, in that situation, I guess it's okay for someone to go snatch the gun away from them. You know, that makes sense. I had a shirt. What was I gonna do? What danger was I putting anyone in with the shirt? Like, and I feel like, can I get it back after school? Is a reasonable question. And she said we didn't have time for it. We don't have time for questions. That's six words. She could have just said yes. That's one question. We did have time for that question. If we had time for her to tell me that we didn't have time for questions, then we definitely had time for questions. Of which there was only one. Can I get it back after school? And she didn't answer that. Like, and everybody told me at the time you should just give her a shirt. And in my mind, I was like, no. Like, what if she never gave it back? You can't just submit to authority if they're like wrongfully abusing their powers. So, you know, a long time ago, I was a kid. The logic might have been like, oh, yeah, you're just naive kid, 13, 14, 15. I don't know how old it was. But now, I am an educator. I'm an adult. I do big boy things. To be honest, I still feel like a kid. And maybe I still am. And maybe I'm still naive. But I still think that she was in the wrong. And I wasn't. Maybe I was in the wrong for wearing the shirt. In which case, I took the shirt off, as requested, respectfully. And I was willing to give it to her. I just needed to know she was going to give it back because she already had a history of not giving things back. Which I think she was in the wrong. To this day, I think she was in the wrong. For I would never disrespect any student the way she disrespects me. There's no reason for her to throw me attitude in the first place. And second of all, you can't just take people's things without. I would never take anything from a student and not let them know, at the very least, that they could get it back. And then, if I did something like that and a student said, no, well, can I get it back? And I was like, no, why do you think I want it? Why would I not give it back? If I told a student that, and then the student told me, well, because last year you took something from me, and I didn't even remember that, maybe it would occur to me like, you know what? If I took something from them and never gave it back, I could see where all this built up resentment is. Maybe I need to apologize for that thing that I don't even remember, and then reassure them that this time will not be the same. I will, in fact, give them back whatever it is I took from them. And this principal, who for sure had years of educational experience, you think she would have them. I'm in my second year teaching. You think the principal would know to have some common sense, but she didn't. So then, I would have, I don't even know what that is, 2, 3, 4. I would have not just told somebody, give me your stuff, I'll think about letting you have it back. I would have said, yeah, you can get it back after class, you can get it back after school, or you'll have to bring your parents to get it back. Something, you can get it back. She didn't even let me know that, at the very least. And then, okay, and this, what is this, 3, 4, I don't know. I would not have snatched anything from a student's hand. Like, that's not protocol. That's not what you do. The teachers don't just go snatching stuff from students. I mean, that's not the times we live in anymore. And I'm not that old. Then that wasn't the times that I was living in back then either. You can't just do that. Like, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. You know, even if a student disrespects me now, that does not give me the right to disrespect them. Yeah, and I'm a pretty cool teacher. I think I'm really chill. I've had students like cussing me, and this is just in the year and a half I've been teaching. I've had students spit at me and like bribe me. I've had students do different stuff, and never have I ever responded with disrespect to my students. I've always been the adult in the situation, and how come this principal could not do the same in the situation I was in back sophomore year? You know, snatching something from a child's hands. How childish is that? Snatching stuff. Like, give me his mine. Now we're playing tug of war, and she's telling me I'm being crazy. She is being crazy. I never played tug of war with a student. That'll make me. I feel stupid if I play tug of war with a student. I feel stupid if I had a problem with a student like that. I'd call security. I wouldn't. I wouldn't take it to that level. I mean, and you know, and that's the other thing. She was like, she gave me the option, like, oh, do you want to call security? And I had to be the one that, like, yeah, let's call security. Like, why was I the one in the situation that was like, this isn't right, we need security? Like, why did I have to make that decision? If it was something where I really needed help and with a student, as a teacher now, I would be the one to be like, security, I had a student lock me out of my class last year. That's funny, right? To be honest, it was funny. But you can't be doing that. I had to get security. And I wasn't finna just start banging on the door. That's crazy. I knocked on the door. I said, open the door, please. I knocked on the door again. They didn't. I didn't start a tug of war. I didn't start pushing the door and banging on the door and kicking the door and yelling and screaming. That's stupid. I went and got security. So if this principal really had a problem with me not giving the shirt, she shouldn't have snatched it. If she really like had a problem, she just said, all right, well, I'm going to go get security. And I'd have been like, all right. But she didn't do it. She was stupid at the time. I'm sure she's not like an overall. No, never mind. I don't even know her like that to say she's for sure not stupid overall. Um, I'll say she has to have some sense to have been a principal. She had to have some sense, right? But overall, I wouldn't say she's not stupid. Just because I don't want to make any declarations I can't say because I don't know. What if she is stupid? What if she's like Trump's president? He's stupid. You know, it's very possible that my principal could have been stupid. I don't think she was. To be honest, I don't think she was. I think she's a little bit older. She's not used to kids being so insubordinate to like ridiculous authoritative figures. But I'm proud of myself, one, for sticking up for myself and what I believed in, two, for remaining respectful the whole time. Um, so anyways, man, this is a long story. If you're listening still, kudos to you. Uh, if not,